Step 1. Spend time together. Walks through the park or on the beach can be a great way for building connections and getting exercise. Step 2. Talk to one another. Make sure your partner knows you are listening. Smile and stare into their loving eyes. Respect is important in a relationship. Step 3. Be prepared for your love to be challenged. Don't be afraid to be wrong, and if you're feeling generous, apologize. Discussion is important to a healthy relationship. By following these 3 steps, you are on your way to a healthy relationship.
I think like the main things that video highlights are true. I don't necessarily agree with the way that it explained like trust and communication. I think it was a bit of an oversimplification.
Kind of seeing that like perfect happy couple like frolicking and holding hands, and like I don't know if that's, I mean, it will be true of some parts of a relationship, but I feel like what makes a strong relationship is getting through the ups, of course, but getting through the downs, and like being able to like talk through having an issue with someone and being able to kind of be like, hey, I'm upset with you right now, and you could be upset with me, and we're going to talk through it. And I feel like that's where the strength of a relationship would come from.
In movies, like if you love somebody, you give up everything for them. If you love somebody, you spend like every waking moment for them. If you love somebody, you like live or die for them. That's not how real life works. That's not how real life should work. And I think the only person in this world that you're like really like should be living for is you.
Before I was ever in a relationship, like especially in like middle and high school, I think I always like had a lot of ideas of what it could look like that were in retrospect I think like pretty false. And I think that like I also felt a lot of like pressure to be in like a really really like close like loving relationship immediately, and like I don't know, just have all these memories of feeling like I want a boyfriend.
The thing I like about my current girlfriend is that she's very independent, and she has her own friend circles, and she doesn't rely on me very much. So that means that I can have my own life and spend time with my own friends.
I think if you want to date someone, like you should know how to understand them in terms of like what they ask for out of you, and even sometimes that might mean like adapting to a different communication style or like a different way of saying things.
Actually being really straightforward about like expectations, and also like not being afraid of like kind of calling the other person out if like you feel uncomfortable or upset with something that they did, which can like be really a hard thing to do.
I think the important thing to know is that the one person that you kind of necessarily have to live with is yourself, at least. So you should like invest a lot more in yourself and in figuring out yourself.
Being in a relationship is not the end all be all of your self-worth. It's like an aspect of yourself. I know I've been in conflicts where like we have a conflict and then we just decide, okay, let's like stop, breathe, like sort of like think about what's bothering us, and then we come back in half an hour, and like depending on the kind of person you might be or the kind of relationship you have, you might just say, this is where I went wrong, and you might end up like apologizing for something that half an hour ago you might have thought was right.
Assuming the best, not trying to find flaws in your partner, which like sounds basic, but I don't know, when you get moody, I feel like you kind of can look for flaws in other people.
Caring about someone means that you want to be in a healthy relationship with them, not that you just want to date them, but that you want to date them in a way that makes them feel good, not just you feel good, and like not just you feeling like you're doing something for them.
I think one of the really cool things for me is I started doing a lot of things that I didn't used to do. We went contra dancing once.
We went contra dancing.
Hate dancing.
But you had fun.